The road to settlement will be to entrench our aspirations with the support and aid of our whānau up and down the country. Everyone that says they are Waikato Tainui has the right to have a say. Since 2017, we've been going out and talking to a lot of our people and mooting a whole lot of different points. One of those points is the creation of the negotiations team that is hopefully representative of all of the harbours. At the current moment, we have myself as the negotiator. We have our Oati partners who were there at the beginning, Ngāti Te represented by David Stone, and Ngāti Mahuta, represented by Verna Tutiao. Subsequent to that, Kawhia Moana Marae have opted to put in place two representatives, Tirina Moke and Hoturoa Barclay Kerr, who have joined the negotiations team. And so that's the team at the moment, with the hope that Aotea Harbour, Whaingaroa Harbour and Manuka Harbour will also be able to come to a couple of nominations. There are 2 seats available for each of the harbours to be representative and voices for the harbour. E karanga nei kia koutou, hui hui mai, apiri mai, hono hono mai, to join together so that the voice of all of the harbours can be representative going forward.
In our mahi that we're doing at the moment, it's around being a voice when it's needed for an entity that's voiceless sometimes. So for our harbour, for Kawhia Moana, and our land around here, it's being a voice that connects us to the time of my father, the time of my grandparents, and their grandparents before them. So it's being able to remind us all about how significant Kawhia Moana is to us. When we talk about Kawhia Kai, Kawhia Tangata, Kawhia Moana, initially reminds us of the reason that our tupuna decided to stay there and go no further. The fact that they went to all these places and said, oh no, Kawhia is the place for us, tells me a lot about what Kawhia Moana is like as a place for people to stay. You know, they wouldn't have decided to stay in Kawhia if it wasn't a place of abundance, if it wasn't a place that offered good shelter for the waka, offered good settlement areas for the people. They would have just carried on. So we've got a big job ahead of us, but I think it's reminding ourselves that these resources and these areas that we're talking about now are crucial in the recovery of our people.
Part of the settlement process that we've been embarking on for a number of years now is the negotiations with the Crown. You will remember that in 2020 the Crown agreed to the mandate for Wai 30 and Waikato Tainui, as well as our Oati partners. Up and down the coast there are 94 separate Treaty of Waitangi numbers, so we are working conscientiously to include all of the aspirations of our whānau, our hapu and our iwi, so that those conversations can be continued and the aspirations of our whānau, hapu and iwi can be realised. As part of that was the development of the Takarangi framework, and the Takarangi framework talked about 3 key principles: mana motuhake, mana moana, and mana whakahaere. And as part of that, there were real considerations around the 4 key principles: mahi tonu, or our cultural aspects, our ahurea, our tikanga, the way that we do things, our taiao, our environmental aspects, our tahua, our economic aspects, and our tangata, our social aspects. These principles are consistent with the lodging of the claim in 1987 by Te Kotahi Mahuta, Te Puari Māori o Tainui, and Ngā Marae Tōpū, filed for the good of the people, for the whenua, for the moana, and for the taiao. And it has to be for an intergenerational outcome that sees our tamariki and our mokopuna achieve a better platform than the platform that we inherited today. The four aspects that have been developed in the Takarangi framework, as mentioned, kaupapa, our cultural selves, hapori, our social selves, taiao, our environmental selves, and tahua, our economic selves. For kaupapa, those are things like the return of significant sites, the highlighting of significant sites, the development of the historical account that talks about how we were in full control, and then the decimation of that control by the breaches of Te Tiriti o Waitangi by the Crown over the years. It also talks about our reo, it talks about our tikanga, it talks about the way that we do things and the way that we want to see things be done going forward into the future. As part of the consultation rounds or the kōrero with our whānau throughout the country, we have really invited views and viewpoints. One of those viewpoints has been in the Red Book, or the protocols and processes that government uses, you won't see kingitanga. Kingitanga provides our values. Kingitanga provides a way forward. Kingitanga provides a cloak of manaakitanga. Kingitanga provides us with an intergenerational thinking from the times of Pōtatau Te Whirowhiro right through to the current day with Kingi Tuheitia Pōtatau Te Whirowhiro Te Tuawhitu and on into the future. Kingitanga will be as prevalent and as relevant as it was in the 1850s through to the current and into the future. Kingitanga is our way forward. Kingitanga is a pathway to mana motuhake.